Hi. I'm gonna call people who are running for office in Tennessee. Right now, I'm just gonna do people running for the House of Representatives. There was an independent. I was going to contact Jacob Anders, but he is running as an independent for 4th Congressional seat, Tennessee, in Congress this year. And he's also announced a bid for the Democratic Party for the 2028 election. So I'm not even going to bother calling him because then why run as an independent now, and why run as a Democrat then? And announcing your candidacy for that before this election's even happened, I don't even want to vote you in. So I'm gonna try calling this guy, Clay Faircloth. I had to find his number online. It's not on Ballotpedia. He didn't complete the survey, so I don't know his stance on anything. But he is an independent, so I'm gonna call him first.
The wireless customer you called is not available at this time. Please try your call again later. Announcement 1. The wireless customer you called.
So I guess I'm not calling him. I don't know how else to contact him. I'd like to call and speak with someone personally. So we are now going to go on to, I'm going to keep this tab open, and I'm going to go to this guy. My current representative is Scott Desjardins, and I don't much care for the guy. From what I can find, he has, this was as of a few months ago, he has introduced legislation to adjust horse trailers in the Agriculture Committee. And he keeps introducing it every year or so since he's been in office. That's what I could find. There's a list of things you can find online. There is a website. It might be congress.gov. I actually can't remember. I just got up. I just got out of the shower. Sorry. But it's bills he's introduced, and what has gotten through Congress and what hasn't. What got through the committee, what got to the House floor, what got to the Senate, what got to the president's desk. So, that guy didn't pick up. This guy, not Scott Desjardins, but the other guy. This guy's name is Joshua James. Let me see if I can find what's up. Served in the Army and as a reservist. Doesn't say where he was born or any of that, which I try to vote for someone who's actually born in Tennessee, because I think that should actually be a requirement, is you are born in the state. So I believe that should be a baseline requirement. So we're gonna look this guy up. Site can't be reached. That's lovely. I don't know how to screenshot and screen share and all that jazz, so just don't know if y'all can see that, but it's just an error. That's all white on the screen, sorry, but that's all white. So I don't know the guys. See if I can go to this. He has his own personal website. That's nifty. There is one guy running. I might try to contact him. I think he's the guy I voted for last time. But if I recall, his negative, or the main negative I had against him, was he wants to increase taxes. No, dude, don't increase taxes. This is just this is just a white screen. I clicked on the thing for him for Congress. Let me go back, and we'll just do that. It's just nothing. So again, I don't really know how to do this properly. It's my brother. But here's this. I get it's just a white screen. I'm sorry for that. It would have been nice if it took me to a real website. Did I even click play? Yeah. So I'm going back and forth with the arrows, and it's not. No, I didn't click play on the video because I'm a jerk. All right, got it. You can't see anything. But it's not. You can't see it. I'm sorry. But you get the point. So I can't contact this guy. I don't know what his stance is on any issues. He's just running as a Republican. That's it. And I do lean to the political right. I am a Christian. I struggle with my faith, but you cannot, let me make this very clear, you objectively cannot be a Christian and support the Democrat Party platform. And if you don't support their platform, then you should not vote for them. You might support one thing. Let me clarify that. You might support something like, hey, better whatever towards workers. Cool, that's a biblical principle. Treat the workers like they're people, like God died for them. But you can't tack that onto a whole bunch of demonic stuff and then go, we're right. So, I Democrat, demonic, there you go. I mean, I'm sorry. They're the ones who did slavery. They're the ones who wanted to keep it around, even though the Bible says anyone who was involved in that is to be put to death, except for the slave. They're to be given their freedom. Thou shalt not steal, and you're stealing someone's freedom. And that's one of, if not the only case of theft in which you get the death penalty in the Old Testament. So, yeah. All right, so let's try this other guy, Harold Jones. I've seen signs for him around town. Also known as Rocky. Okay, he's got a nickname. He completed the survey. Served in the Air Force. I did all 4 years my school's AFJ-ROTC program. That's cool. He was retired as of this year. Doesn't say where he's from. It says his profession is retired. I think that's funny. Campaign themes. He doesn't really have any. Let's see. Let's read through this. Who are you? Tell us about yourself. Lifetime service. New mission for Tennessee. Stepping forward to serve you once again. Defined by a commitment to our country. 24-year-old retired U.S. Air Force veteran. So in biography, it says he served in the Air Force from 1987 to 2011. I think it means he served for 24 years. Sorry, that's my bad. I misread that. Retired senior emergency planner for the Strategic National Stockpile for Health and Human Services. 10-year veteran volunteer firefighter. I respect that. His wife. My childhood hometown, apparently, is where they have called home. Okay, that's cool. Raised 3 kids, one in Tennessee. They inherit, remain strong, affordable, and constitutionally free. Running for U.S. representative. serves a leader by over $1, importance of our land and sanctity of service.
Austin. Can I open the door?
Sure.
Can you get a hold of David?
Sorry for that interruption. It didn't look like it paused, and then it did. It doesn't change the icon, I've learned on this computer. So let's see. Please list below 3 key messages of your campaign. What are the main points you want voters to remember about your goals? Proven leadership, lifetime service, candidacy, 24 years, Air Force, dedicated to fire, 18 years. Not a career politician, which I don't believe we should have career politicians. I think it was actually Jefferson who said, once you make it a career, you'll destroy the nation. Public servant, life-solving, strong, constitutionally free, solving complex problems, high-stakes environments. New mission to ensure Tennessee, our children, remains defined sanctity. Okay. Fiscal responsibility and congressional accountability. Washington is failing the American taxpayer. I hate being called a taxpayer. I just want to say that I hate that. I'm a person. You only care about me because I'm a taxpayer. I know that's not what he's doing, but I despise that is the term we use for basically everybody. It's annoying. To get rid of taxes, God himself gave 3 reasons not to have a king over Israel. He will take your land, eminent domain. I would argue the 9th Amendment overrides that. He'll take your sons and put them to war. Anything beyond a defensive war of your own actual sovereign territory you shouldn't be doing that. And he'll tax you. And once you say you can tax, it's never enough. It's like a spuddy from over the hedge. Enough is never enough. Leader who understands the value of $1. My Tennessee First platform prioritizes aggressive fiscal responsibility to tackle inflation and rein in reckless spending that fuels our national debt. I am a firm advocate for congressional accountability, including the implementation of term limits. Thank you. I also believe in no work, no pay policy. If the federal government shuts down hardworking American suffrage, Congress should not receive a paycheck. I agree with that fully. You'd have to amend the Constitution for that, though. It is time to bring a service-first mentality back to the United States House of Representatives. Protecting Tennessee's land, seniors, and rural communities. I am committed to protecting Tennessee way of life, fighting for federal legislation that prevents foreign adversaries from purchasing our farmland and ensuring our infrastructure, our roads and bridges receive the tax dollars it deserves. Drawing on my background in emergency planning, I will launch initiatives to bring the gap in rural healthcare access. Furthermore, I will champion federal tax relief for seniors and support state-led initiatives to eliminate property taxes for long-term residents who have contributed to our community for over 10 years. My mission is to make Tennessee affordable again for working families and secure. Cool. Just get rid of the property tax, dude. I don't know why no one just. Tennessee actually has 3 ballot measures for this election. So the way that we amend our constitution in Tennessee is, hey, that's a spider web. Every gubernatorial election, which is every midterm election, if something that wants to get on the ballot has been voted on yes twice, it can then get on the ballot for the gubernatorial, 2 consecutive, I believe is what it is. So the first time it needs a minor majority in both the General Assembly House and General Assembly Senate. Then the second year, it has to have a supermajority. If I recall, or it's 66% specifically, it has to have a 2/3 majority. So, and there are 3 ballot measures on the Tennessee ballot this year, and one of them is, hey, we're going to ban state level property taxes. Your county can still do it, the federal government can still do it, and your local government can do it. Your municipality can do it, but the state won't. Republicans are championing it. One Democrat in particular said, well, what if we need the money? It's like, you guys get more money. The government keeps getting, I don't care what side of the political aisle you're on, you keep getting more money, but then the debt number just goes up. So more money is not the answer. I'm in a state financially where if I had more money, my problems would get better. I'm at that low of a state where more money would equal less debt, not more money equals more frugal spending, like I don't have debt. But what have you. Anyway, what are the areas of public policy you're personally passionate about? Deeply passionate about restoring the integrity and accountability of the federal government through strict reform. Primary focus includes congressional term limits to ensure citizen legislature rather than a career politician class. I support constitutional term limits to bring fresh perspectives and urgency to Washington. Ending continuing resolutions, I am committed to a functional budget process. We must end the cycle of budgeting by crisis and stop the use of CRs that bypass and debate and inflate our national debt. Banning insider trading. Members of Congress should not profit from non-public information. I advocate for strict bans on. Okay, cool, dude. I like what you're saying so far. His campaign contribution so far is $0, apparently. Okay, let's see if there is a way to contact this guy. He's got a website, let's see. Oh, I can't believe it, it's working. District Ford 7 to review again, blah, 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 same stuff as before. His wife looks nice. Second Amendment. Cool, I got a question about the Second Amendment for you. It was on some podcast, there was some debate. With the infrastructure thing, I would say put him on the House Infrastructure and Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. Blah, 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 blah. 15 minutes, blah, 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 blah. Where is your contact info, my guy? Dude. My campaign focus, a local economic and infrastructure rescue plan. On point number 3, says I'm fundamentally pro-business, but growth cannot come at the expense, smart growth protecting our land from AI data centers. Okay, I think I misread this before. Will be welcomed if local communities want them, never in our pristine rural areas. So only if they want them, so okay, I misread that before. Cool. Pro-religion. I don't care about pro-religion, I care about pro-Christianity. Second Amendment. Cool. Give me a phone number to call you at, my guy. Contact, there we go, up in the freaking corner. That should be the first one. Alright, let's see how this goes. Shut up, DoorDash 5681.
Hello?
Hi, sorry to bother you, sir. My name is Austin Jones. I was looking at your profile for Ballotpedia for
what?
Ballotpedia for running for the House of Representatives. I saw here you're very pro Second Amendment, and I actually have a question about that, sir, if you have a moment. Going to get very personal here. In 2024, I got very depressed. I wanted to use my firearm on myself. I believed if I asked for help, I would get punished, but I asked for help. I went to a mental health institute voluntarily. I went on the day after Memorial Day that year in 2024, and I was there for not even a full week. It was a few hours shy of being a full 24 hours. While I was there, I met with a lawyer. He told me, hey, if he comes back and I'm still there, I believe it came on the Thursday I was there, I'd have to sign away my right to bear arms. He didn't come back before I left. I never signed anything. I got back on June 5th. I stayed in my apartment until June 8th, went downstairs, checked the mail, and I had something from the Department of Homeland Security and Safety. They had records saying I was judicially / involuntarily committed and need to give up my handgun carry permit. I sent it to them, but I wrote a letter saying I went voluntarily, but here you go because you're threatening me with a fine that's about a quarter of my yearly income and possible jail time. They sent me another letter with some case for Davidson County. I've never been to that courthouse. I don't know where it is. I live in Coffee County. I hadn't been to Davidson County in like a year prior to this, but they have records supposedly saying I was committed by their court system against my will. They gave me means to petition it. I had 7 days from the time that I saw the letter to petition it. I went to my courthouse. I forgot to fill out the application. Came back 2 weeks later, gave the filled out application to petition to the DA. He said, come back 2 weeks later. I came back 2 weeks later. He sent me to his office to talk to a guy who's familiar with gun law. And he told me, I don't know why you did all this. You just need to call their county clerk's office and figure out what you need to do to petition this. And I contacted them. I also emailed them explaining the situation. And they said, we can't let you come up here and petition this unless you get a lawyer due to the nature of the case. I said, all I have to do is come up there and show you every day I've worked doing DoorDash for the year since then to prove I was not committed anywhere at that time. Because they claimed not only did I go against my will, but that it happened 2 months prior, in the middle of March, in a county I hadn't been to in the better part of a year. And the last time I was there was when my dad died. So, I wasn't allowed to petition the government. I was told to get a lawyer if I wanted to, and my right to bear arms was infringed. I went somewhere voluntarily to get help. I got help. I'm good now. But, I went somewhere, I got my help, and I got punished for it. And then I wasn't even able to petition the government for it. And I was wondering if you do anything about policies like that say, hey, you can't come petition this your own self or whatever.
Well, there's what's called red flag laws, but that doesn't sound like that was in effect back when this happened. When did this happen?
I got the letter in June of 2024, but I went voluntarily.
Yeah, I don't think there was red flag laws in place at that time. So what I would have, I would contact an attorney and let them know what has happened and get the files from wherever you went to. You should be able to get your files. Are you not able to do that?
I attempted to get an attorney and could not get in contact with anyone. And
I'm talking about your I'll give you a name of an attorney. But did you get your medical files from wherever you checked yourself into?
No, I don't believe I did.
Okay, you need to start there. Go get the medical files for yourself. When you checked in and stuff, it should have all that information in there and everything that they put in about you. So that you should be able to request those files. Those are your medical files.
Okay. I tried telling the DA about, or his the guy who helped
They
me.
don't care. They don't care unless you got paperwork. That's all hearsay, and the only thing that's going to help you out is go there, get that paperwork. The psychiatrists or psychologists that you seen there, get their paperwork too. That because they write stuff down as well, and as a medical doctor, so they should have all that in your file. Once you get that information, there's 3 people you need to go see. Okay? Are you writing this down?
Yep.
Okay. First off, you're going to go see Garth Seagroves. He's an attorney out of Tullahoma.
Can you spell his last name, please?
Seagroves.
SEAGA. What was it? SEA.
Yeah, Garth.
Yeah.
Last name is Seagroves. Seagroves, I believe. Or may not have the A in there. I don't know. It's one of the 2
Okay.
spellings. But the first thing is to stop and get your medical paperwork and let him see that, okay? And then 2 people you need to get with is, one is Rush Bricken. He's your congressional state representative.
I tried contacting him. I do believe.
Well, keep going. And the other person you should be able to contact too is Janice Bowling.
Okay.
And she's your state Senate representative.
Okay.
But you need, like I said, you need actual documentation from wherever you checked in at. Was it volunteer? It should have all that information in there for you. Okay?
All right.
If they did something while you were in there that you were unknown about, that's where Garth Seagroves comes in, and he's an attorney, and he's a defense attorney, so he's gonna want to know that.
Okay. I do have another question about what is your stance on red flag laws?
Let me give you a for instance. One time I was in a nuclear command and control site, right? And one of the individuals got in trouble. He didn't like what was told to him. And I was sitting in my office, and he worked in the same office. He came in, he said, F this, I'm going home to get my guns, and I'm going to shoot all these MFers. What do you do? You're sitting there, he walks out, he actually leaves the secure area, and he leaves. He left. He wasn't authorized to leave the area. In a stance or a situation like that, yes, I can see stuff like that happening. But people have momentary, what's the word I want to say? Sometimes people just have issues that are for the moment. They're not long-term crises, and things change around. Give you a for instance, your congressman right now, Scott Desjardins, if you look up his information, he walked around in his house, and this is in court records during his divorce. He walked around his house with a loaded gun in his mouth for 3 hours. And he dry fired the weapon through the door at his wife. This is in court records. He's your congressman right now. He's your sitting congressman.
No, I don't like him either way.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he doesn't. I'm sure he has his weapons permit and stuff back. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be fair across the board, and it has to be for real incidents. And if somebody just comes in saying, "I'm having a mental issue right now," people have those all the time. I mean, people die and people, just lose their mind for a while, and it's not lifelong. It's like one of these instant issues or something, and it should not burden you for the rest of your life. Does that make sense?
Yep. Especially when I got pulled over for a brake light and the cop just decided to ask out of curiosity why I had a revoked handgun permit. And then I explained it to him. He just looked at me like I was, all right, man, that's more info than I expected, and then just told me to go. So, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, man. As is, it looks like you're the guy I'm going to vote for, to be honest. You're the only literally the only person who I've been able to contact who has picked up the phone to get back to me on this.
And this is what your congressman is supposed to be able to do. I mean, you would never get a hold of Scott Desjardins. Even if you got a hold of him, he'd probably hang up on you.
Yeah, I've got...
Because he doesn't want to answer questions like this. I mean, these are tough type of questions that can sink a person, but you got to be a real person and be able to talk to people. And if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be in that type of position. I mean, people have momentary lapses in life, and he's proof right there. I mean, he's a congressman, a sitting congressman. If he can have a momentary lapse in judgment or whatever, or a mental crisis situation, why can't you? You know what I mean? It's just that kind of stuff irks me to death. But until we get the right people in office and stop voting the same people in over and over just because they have name recognition, and no.
Or they're a part of the party you like.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, believe me.
I'm for the constituents, and I'm for the people here in Tennessee District 4. I'm not for the people in Washington or anything like that. If I go, I'm going for the people of this district, and that's who I'm going to help. I'm going to go do my 140 days up there, and I'm going to come back here and do my time here and, work with people like yourself that has an issue and should be able to solve it. I may not be the answer, but I know how to get the answers and where to go. And like I said, without that paperwork that you need as documentation, and then bring it over to Garth Seagroves and bring it to Rush Bricken, and then also bring it over to Senator Janice Bowling as well. Those people should be representing you as well.
Okie doke. All right, I appreciate you, sir. I think you have my vote, and I hope you have a good rest of the day.
You too. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Have a good one, sir.
Yep. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
I realize my computer was muted, and I have no idea if that meant that the mic was not recording this entire time, and this is 34 minutes and 10 seconds long now, so we're going to see. But either way, it looks like I will be voting for one Harold Jones for my 4th congressional seat representative in Congress. Yay.